When I started ranching, it became soon apparent that it was not profitable and degraded the land when I was following conventional advice. I had graduated from agronomy engineer, and my dream of raising my young family doing what I loved was not going to come true if I kept doing the same thing. So I started learning, taking courses, traveling, bringing experts, reading different methods and doing trials. And finally, after some years, I was able to see the light and started to be profitable and to improve my land. Now, after years of doing this, I can tell you that I have a successful ranch that is improving year after year and is making a profit for the last 25 to 30 years. That is important because we are, after all, interacting with every other farm and ranch in the world. We are one and only planet. So everything we do affects others in our management, and everything others do in their management affects us. So why real wealth ranching? Well, first let's define what real wealth is in your life. To have real wealth, we need to have money to buy things that we need or that we want. We need to have time to be able to go out and buy those things that we need or want. And we need to have health so we can enjoy life to its fullest and enjoy the things and time that we have made for ourselves. Without any of these three things, life can be difficult. In ranching or farming, the same happens. We need to be profitable, we need to take time off, and we need to be healthy. So all of the methods that I'm going to talk about in real world ranching are low-cost biological methods which will take you beyond organic. This is out of necessity, not because I want to be organic. It's because we want to be healthy, we want our animals and land to be healthy and improve year after year. Let me tell you a story. Long ago, I visited a farmer when consulting in the Corn Belt. He told me this: as I was spraying chemicals in my large tractor, I came to the house of my daughter, where my newborn granddaughter was. And I said to myself, I'm not going to spray toxic chemicals under the window of my beloved granddaughter. Right there, he decided to sell all his equipment and switch to grass farming with beef cattle. After hearing his story and looking at what he has done by improving production, following these guidelines, and being profitable as much as when he was growing corn, I became aware that we need real wealth in our ranches also, not only in our lives. So that means we need to maximize profitability and improve our land the fastest. So these methods will help you do that. As we know, water vapor is higher now in the atmosphere because of the warming trend that we're experiencing. Water that used to be in the soil is now in the atmosphere or in the oceans. Experts will tell you that that's because we have been burning fossil fuels. Others will tell you that it's because we have lost a lot of carbon in our soils. Others will tell you it's just a warming trend in a long-term cycle that is unaffected by us humans. And others will tell you it's because we have been taking too much water out of the subsoil by irrigation. Well, that could be true. I don't know. But what I have experienced is that when I was a child, rains came in a regular pattern. There was steady rain and not the big events that we have now. It was a slower precipitation, but over a longer period. And that enabled the atmosphere to cool off and the plants to grow better, so it was more comfortable. As I grew older, we started to have a later and later rains in the season and not in the early rainy season. And then now we have isolated storms and no steady rains anymore. It could be a pattern, but we know how to increase organic matter in our soils, and each 1% of organic matter that we increase holds 25,000 gallons of water. So when we improve our water holding capacity in our soils by applying these techniques, which start with total grazing, we can be sure that we're going to grow more forage. So we need to look at this. Worldwide, ranchers and farmers with livestock are being displaced from the best soils by corporate grain enterprises, which actually degrade the soil. We need more people in the land, not less. So I want to show people worldwide how to improve their profitability to where they can compete with these grain farming corporates and have a good profit and life while improving their land with the cattle and livestock they use. I created real wealth ranching with that vision of maximizing profitability while improving the land the fastest. I want to do this worldwide because we do not live isolated. We are a one world. To this end, I started writing the weekly blog in social media, which is free advice to people to create awareness of what can be achieved and is being achieved by progressive ranchers and farmers around the world applying this. I also created online courses where people can learn and be coached to apply these methods, and once they take these courses, they can get into my exclusive group that is called Fat Wallet Ranchers, as I always put profits ahead. That's one very important aspect. In this group, they have community, they have coaching, they can get their questions answered, and they can see and be motivated and cheered on by same-minded peers that are doing the same, and we can all progress together. Because as we know, if you want to go fast, go alone, but if you want to go further, go with others. We are called to be stewards of the land. We need to leave the land better than we got it. I want all of us to build a better future. I want the public to have a different opinion of what livestock is doing and can do in regenerating the land. I want you all to join me and get into this movement, as you will be rewarded not only by living and having a better profit right now, but better profits year after year as your land improves. Thank you and have a great day.